up YouTube? It's Ace Poker here, and it's my last time saying that I'm a 21-year-old poker player from New Jersey. By the time you're seeing this, it'll have been my birthday already, and I'll be 22. My birthday is Monday, so when I post this, it's going to be Wednesday, so my birthday will have been 2 days ago. So I'm super pumped. You guys have made this year awesome for me. Just doing this is literally my dream, so thank you guys so much. Today we got a jam-packed session. We're going to a private game near me. They do a lot of cool stuff, some bomb pots, so a lot of action. Will be cool for video, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it, be able to get a nice view of the table. I'm gonna bring a new phone stand that I got, so it's gonna be a cool view of the table. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and let's have a great video.
What's up, guys? Just really quickly wanted to tell you guys about an app that I've been using personally called Rad Poker. It's super fast gameplay that has advanced statistics that help increase your skill and bankroll. Usually the games take 5 minutes, so whenever I have free time, I tend to just hop on and play. Like I said, advanced stats to keep you ahead, lots of statistics. You can play rake free for now. Try the demo. The link is in the description. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll be on there, and let's get right into the video. Alright, enough dilly-dallying, let's get right into it. We look down at Pocket Kings to start. What a warm welcome. We bought in a little bit shorter than normal. We bought in for $600. There's a straddle to $10, one caller of $10, and we learned our lesson. We don't want to go too big. We raised to $50. It folds around to the cutoff, who starts playing with his chips. The blue chips are $25, the reds are $5. He starts playing with the blues, counts out a bunch of blues, and I'm like, all right, here we go, it's gonna raise. Then he puts them back in his stack, then he brings them back out and decides to raise to $210. So I'm like, what is going on? Is he angling me? Does he have aces? Am I gonna get cooler to my very first hand here and lose $600? But when it gets back to me, there's nothing else to do besides go all in. Right away, my very first hand, all $600 of mine are going right into the middle. Gets back to my opponent, and as you can imagine, he's not going to be folding. He decides to put his money in immediately. He says, how many times do you want to run it? I flip over the kings. I say I have kings. It's up to you. And he says, oh, I have queens. So it's a friendly game. If we're in the casino, I'm definitely running it one time. Sorry, everyone. But friendly here, don't want to piss anybody off. I just walked in the door, don't really want to piss anybody off here. So he says, let's go 3 times. So we're off to run this board 3 times. For those of you who don't know, the board's going to get run out 3 times. 3 flops, 3 turns, 3 rivers, and just see who wins. If I win all 3, I get all the money. If I win 1 out of 3, I get 1/3 of the money. So let's see if we can win all 3 here. The first run out comes clean. I'm like, all right. Second run out, clean until the river queen. Oh my goodness. Let's at least win the third one. The third one comes, it's clean. All right, after the dealer counts all the chips out, we're up about $200 here, so a very good start. Obviously, like I said, if I was in the casino, I'd run this one time, and I think I had him covered by a little bit, so we would have been up $500, $550 to start, but it's all right, headed in the right direction, up $200, can't complain. Let's see, the environment seems super friendly, super nice, so let's have a good time and run it up. Alright, I started the recording late. There was a raise to 15, a couple callers. It's a fun home game. I want to get in there, splash around, but I want you guys to imagine what the absolute best flop would look like for this hand. Yep, this is not a joke. This was the actual flop. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes, so I started the recording late. The action checks all the way around to me, and I'm like, alright, what do I do here? I just bet out for a measly $15. I want people to call. The small blind decides to call $15, so we've got some action, and it gets back to under the gun, who decides to raise to $60. Wow, what is going on? He only has $70 behind, so when it's back on me, I'm in a weird spot. I just want to get the money in, but in hindsight, I think I definitely should have probably just called here, but I min-click it to 150. The small blind gets out of the way, gets back to under the gun, who obviously puts the rest of his money in there, immediately stands up. I flip over 3-6. I say I got the straight and the flush draw, bro. He flips over pocket 5s. Oh my goodness. The whole table stands up because if the 5 of spades comes out, he has 4 of a kind, and I have a straight flush. There is a bad beat promo here. I don't know what exactly it is. But what I'm rooting for is the progressive. If you get quad jacks or higher, the payout right now is at $3,700. So if the 5 of spades comes out, I get $3,700. Wow. One-time dealer, please, the 5 of spades, and we will walk out of here plus $4,000. Oh my goodness. The turn comes, a complete brick. The river comes, the jack of spades, so we make our flush. We didn't need it. Oh my goodness, what a hand, what a first 2 hands here. Now we're up roughly $400, and let's keep running this up. The fun and craziness does not stop here. Basically, every 2 hours what they do is they collect $25 from every player and they deal out the cards and run out the flop, the turn, the river. They run it out, they call it the run out, and whoever wins, wins. And the house throws in $100, so it's basically a $350 pot. You put in $25. They deal out the cards like I said. Let's see what we get. We actually get a good hand, ace-6 suited. Let's see the flop. Nope, we don't even hit a pair. There's just one club out there. Definitely not going to win this one, but let's just say we have 2 more shots at this throughout the night, so let's see if we can scoop one, and let's keep going with the hands. So for this hand, I wanted to explain the free $10 straddle that the game puts in to make the action better. It's a little circular chip. Whoever wins the pot gets to use it as a free straddle under the gun or on the button. So on this hand, the button straddle's on. I look down at 8-9 suited. There's a $10 limp. I raise it up to $35. The button decides to make the call. Like I said, it's a free $10, so he only has to put in 25 instead of 35. It's an awesome little thing to add action to the game, and I love it. The under the gun player decides to fold, and we're going heads up to a flop here, in which we flop an open-ended straight draw. Obviously, this is not really a good board for me raising, but he should have a super wide range here on the button and on the straddle, so I decide to c-bet for $35, and he makes the call. Really hard to put somebody on a range when they're on a straddle, and he's on the button here, so he could have any 2 cards, seriously. He could just have a flush draw. He could have somehow flopped 2 pair and he's going to slow play it. So we're going to need to evaluate on the turn, looking to get some help here, in which we get the Jack of Spades. Not the exact help we need, but it's an overcard, and if I keep applying pressure, it should be pretty hard for him to hold on. He shouldn't have anything super strong because he didn't re-raise me, so I continue with a bet for $55. He thinks about it for a little while, not going to let the clip run all the way through. He decides to fold, so we pick up the pot, and we get the free $10 straddle, so when we're under the gun, we're going to throw that on, and we get a straddle for free, so it's another awesome thing that the game does, and we're on to the next hand. Alright, for this hand, we look down at Queen Jack of Diamonds, and the free $10 straddle is on. Under the gun +1 calls the $10. I'm in the hijack, and I decide to raise it up to $40. Folds all the way back to under the gun, who makes the call, and so does under the gun +1. So we've built up a pot here and already got a juicy $120 in the middle. So we're going 3 ways to a flop, and sticking with the theme of today, I want you to imagine what the absolute best flop for this hand is. Yup, we flop middle pair, a straight draw, and an open-ended straight flush draw. So we will have our second chance at $3,700. Dealer, please again one time. They both check to me. I don't see any reason to bet here. We have the entire board covered, so I check. We see not a good card at all on the turn. A king pairs it, and under the gun now decides to lead out for $55. Under the gun +1 folds, and I don't really see the point in raising here because all we have is second pair and a straight draw, a flush draw. Plenty of equity, don't want to blow him off, so I just make the call. We see another interesting river as it's another king, so now we essentially have top full house and are only losing to quads. But when he checks, I decide to go for some value. I bet $80 and he snap folds. I show the hand to show the table like, wow, I am getting dealt. And he shows 2 diamonds, so double run bad there. We don't hit the straight flush, and if any diamond came, we could have won a massive pot, but it's alright, can't dwell on it, and we have to just keep moving and keep winning pots. Alright, sorry for the crappy peel here, but we look down at Jack 10 of diamonds, sticking with the diamonds theme. There are 2 limps, we are in middle position and decide to raise it up to $35. Folds, 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 and under the gun +1 is the only caller of $35, so definitely should not have a strong hand after limping and then calling to $35. It's an interesting play, but we're headed to a board in which it's a monotone board and we flop second pair on an ace 10 high board. So I'm feeling pretty good about my hand here, and he checks it to me. He should definitely be 3-betting with a lot of stronger aces. So I decide to c-bet for $40, and I'm feeling like an idiot when he goes all in for $100 more. I definitely should have looked at his stack size. I'm not quite sure if I would have played this any differently, but I'm definitely pot committed and feel like I can't fold here. To be honest with you guys, there's really never a time in poker when I'm left absolutely clueless and have no idea what my opponent has, but right here, when people just buy in really short or get short stacked, I have no idea what to do, and I feel like I make the most mistakes when people are short stacked like this. Let me know what you guys feel about this. I can't really put him on a hand because is he just going to jam a medium ace? I'm not sure, so I call. And we get the horrible news as we are in horrendous shape. He winds up having ace 8 offsuit, so he limps, calls a raise to $35, and just goes with his hand when he hits the ace. Definitely an interesting play for sure, but we run the board out twice, doesn't really change anything, we don't hit anything, and lose about $200 in this hand. Like I said, a rough one. If he was deeper stacked, I definitely would not have lost any more money, would have just check folded a turn, but it's unfortunate, we're on to the next. Run out time, here we go, let's win this one. The board comes out, we sweat our hand, we flip over the 2 of spades, definitely not feeling good. Then we flip over the jack of diamonds, not gonna win this one. None of these went our way today, hopefully better luck next time. Time for the hand of the night. Yes, the hand of the night with 6-4 of hearts. Yes, we go to the flop late, we are in there. The small blind bets out $50, the big blind calls $50, and you guys know what's coming. When I am down, when I see an opportunity, I am going for it. Let's take down all this dead money. I go all in for $500. Except our plans are immediately spoiled when the middle position, our friend that we brought to the game, calls for $200. Okay, now it gets back to the small blind. He folds. Now it gets to the big blind, who thinks and thinks and thinks, and I'm like, oh my goodness, because the only thing he can be thinking about really is a flush draw. If he has a flush draw, we are screwed, because it's clearly going to be better than a 6 high flush draw. And now I'm kind of rooting for him to fold. At first I was like, sure, hopefully he calls with like a weak jack, or maybe pocket 8s, pocket 9s, pocket 10s, and then we're just, you know, gonna hit a heart and win it all. But as he's thinking, I'm like, oh my goodness, I actually want him to fold. Sure enough, after a long think, he calls. We talk about it, we decide to run it twice between us. I want you guys to imagine what type of hands these guys can have here, because we're about to show them over in a second, and they're a bit surprising. My friend has pocket jacks, we're dead against that. Then he flips over 9, 10 of hearts. So yeah, essentially we are screwed. Absolutely fucked. Yeah. We run it twice. We are literally drawing to a 6, a 4, or a 5 that's not a heart. If a heart comes, we are screwed. So, oh my goodness, we need some major help now. But oh my goodness, the miracle 4 on the first run out gives us the win against the big blind, but my friend takes the main pot. Now let's go to another board. Immediately heart on the turn, crushing us. We're drawing dead there. So we actually chop that up. I lose like 200, 250 on the hand, but you guys know I'm always going for it. Hopefully it's always good content for you guys, and sometimes these are going to work out, sometimes they're not. That's poker. Alright, we've been super card dead, so you know what that means. It is run out time again, baby. I wanted to do something a little bit interesting this time. I'll show the board, and then let's sweat my hand together. So the run out comes, you know, the flop, the turn, the river. We flip over a jack. Alright, probably going to need a queen or a 5, and it's an ace. We lose. It's demoralizing, and hopefully we can win one next time we come. Alright, we have been on a bad stretch, so look at that, look how the tables have turned. You complain, and now you are the short stack. I go all in for $150, and unfortunately everybody folds, but this does foreshadow the next hand. We do go all in again, and we get action. As a side note, I definitely would have topped off, but my friend was begging me to leave, so I did not want to top off, just wanted to go all in and see if I could double up. Alright, when we look down at ace jack of diamonds here, this hand definitely signifies how fun and how awesome the environment here is. Under the gun raises to $15, under the gun +1 calls $15, and when it's back on me, I decide I have $200 in my stack, I'm going to go all in. So I go all in, and it folds back to the initial raiser. He clearly has a decision on his hands, and I decide to start saying some stuff like, let's gamble. I say, I'll show you a card.
Let's gamble. Let's gamble.
Happy to be the fool.
You want to see one of them?
I felt like you had my card.
Want to see one of them?
Oh, fuck around, chop.
And he thinks for a little while, and immediately after I say I'll show you a card, he flicks in the call, so might have gotten in his head a little bit. He says, you want to run it once, run it twice, and I'm like, you know what, I normally would, but listen dude, I'm short, let's run it one time, let's gamble, let's have some fun. So he's like, alright. I say I've got ace jack suited, and he flips over king queen suited, so we're in a dream spot here, just pretty much fading a king, a queen, or a straight, but we've got a lot of that covered. The board comes, and we make the nut flush. Let's go to the video to see how he reacts and what he says. It's pretty funny.
You got it.
I have diamonds.
That's it.
That's disgusting.
I see that all the time.
If we played regular, it would have been the same thing. Yeah.
My opponent slams his cards on the table and says flush. He doesn't realize that I have his suit covered, and he says, damn, that's unfortunate, that's disgusting. He says, nice hand, he was a great guy, and this environment was awesome. I normally sit at the table with my headphones on and just don't really talk to anybody.
Nice hand.
So this was super fun to talk to everybody and have a good time, so I'm excited to go back and play with these guys. Definitely going to go back next week. Let me know how you guys like the action from today, the bomb pots, the runouts, the progressive, all the stuff that happened today. If you guys like the view of the table, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear all your feedback.
All right, guys, it is the next day. We're going on a little walk. We wound up losing 220 in roughly 5 hours of play, so definitely not the best result, but you know, it's only 40 big blinds into 5. I absolutely loved the game. The environment was awesome. The talking was awesome. The bomb pots, the run out was awesome. They do the progressive. Definitely going to go back there. Hopefully we can hit that $3,700 progressive. It'll be more next time we go if somebody didn't hit it. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys liked the environment and the action here. Definitely going to go back, like I said. As always, thank you guys for watching and have a great day.